Hello, everybody. Anime Reflux. Yay.
Really? Is that how we're starting this?
No, you try again, Casey.
In fairness,
We have to
does
be hype. We have
this
to be
particular
excited.
episode require greater pomp and circumstance than what I just provided? I mean, it didn't offend me in any particular way, but... So, the thing for this week is Jewelpet.
Yeah. Good old Jewelpet. So why don't you give us a little summary of what this show was like, my friend?
Care Bears. That I don't think it bears much more explanation than that.
Yeah, it's basically Japanese Care Bears.
Bears.
So
Bear more explanation.
yeah, we go to Jewel Land, and they gotta be doing a cleaning, so all the Jewel pets gotta turn into jewels.
So apparently they have to when they're cleaning.
Yeah, which
know
makes me think the
why.
cleaning process is like they douse everything in bleach or something. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't understand, but they do it. But like one of them is like, I don't screw that. I want to go play, and so she rides off to the beach and is looking for shells.
Oh yeah, because
And
apparently they can ride on brooms.
Yeah, because why not? And so they go and they get turned into the jewels by the magic lady, and meanwhile.
Eggs.
Meanwhile, in our universe, we have our friend Rinko, who wants a prince on a white horse, and she's daydreaming, and she gets elected the representative of the class because I don't know why.
Random
She wasn't paying
drawing.
attention. That's why.
Random drawing it was.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever. And so she's like, "Oh no, I'm so nervous. I have to go do public speaking now. I don't want this." Uh, I'm having trouble remembering most of this. I was dying. So
Okay, she is of a nervous disposition, so she's freaking out. I don't want to be a class rep. I don't want to be a class rep, and she's in the courtyard talking with her friend, whose name I don't remember or care about.
Miriami. It's actually a pretty nice name.
Okay. And her friend is like, "Hey, you didn't want things to be boring, so there you go. This is the change you wanted and stuff." And they get approached by the idol character because there has to be one. It's an anime. And she has an entourage that are generally unpleasant for basically no reason.
Well, even so, I sort of like the way that they do things so that the idol herself isn't unpleasant. I see the most popular girl in school is the biggest jerk in school thing a lot. So
yeah, that happens in Western media a lot. In anime, it tends to be the most popular person in school is popular because they're generally nice to everyone. So, oddly enough,
Fair
that
enough.
seems more realistic to me. So,
yeah, I do like that.
So yeah, she is generally a nice person and says, "Hey, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it." And Rinko, is it Rinko? The main character?
yeah,
Or what
Rinko.
she is, MC-chan.
Okay. I'm going to call her Rinko because I'm not going to call her that. She's like, yeah, okay. And then best friend butts in and says, "Hey, no, that's not okay. She got chosen, so she's gonna do the thing." That's how it works.
She's the chosen one.
And I can't remember how that scene ends, but basically it ends there.
Oh, yeah,
effectively.
We run off.
her friend grabs her hand and runs off.
I thought it might be something like
Yeah,
that.
Miriami basically insists that she has to do it because she was picked for it, and she takes her hand and runs off.
You were gonna
So-
say something, Blush?
Nope.
Okay. Then the stupid rabbit thing that ran off and refused to be jewelry, which I can sympathize. I wouldn't want to be jewelry either, personally. Though,
Yeah.
getting possibly doused in, toxic chemicals while they're cleaning, however they're cleaning, I have to assume it's toxic chemicals because why turn them into whatever?
Can I explain the story, the pelican thing?
The great postman of spirit, you mean?
Please let me explain that
Okay.
part. So, while they're cleaning in the Jewelpets are in jewel form, they have to be somewhere else. It's not really specified where. So she gives them to a pelican postman, and it's not even an anthropomorphic like pelican man. It's just an actual pelican that talks, and they put it in like those little coin purse things that had the little clippy thing,
Yep. A
knobby
purse.
things that. Yeah, they put it in one of those, and he carries it, passes by the rabbit that ran away without even noticing her, even though she's right there and speaking aloud as she passes him. And he's like singing a song about how he's a postman, and then
Look, don't insult the great postman of spirit. He'll deliver your dreams. Okay? That guy's my hero.
This is going to be a thing that we remember more
he
than
is-
anything from this anime, isn't it?
well, he is pretty much the only likable character in this show.
Oh my goodness.
And a massive squall of wind blows at him from nowhere. No explanation. I just the weather is just very extreme in this world. Maybe like an intense axis tilt going on.
Okay,
And-
let me just say, very extreme is a bit of an understatement. It apparently blows him so hard that the jewels go flying out of his hand
It blew him
and pass
hard,
into
eh?
another
Shut
dimension.
up, Weasel.
Yeah,
Did
like
you have
the-
to
the
phrase
jewels-
it that way?
the jewels landed in a forest, and that somehow means they land in our world.
Yes,
Hmm.
plot contrivance, excuse plot of all time.
But
Oh,
despite
not
what you
that he
say,
dropped-
I still love the great postman of spirit, and I want him to deliver my dreams one day.
And he didn't just drop the bag into the forest. He dropped the bag and then it opens, which I don't know, faulty clasp.
Yeah, those clasps are actually kind of shit. Just,
Yeah,
they are generally kind of
they
crappy.
could have picked a
Uh.
better way to do things, but
Mm.
Like latch locks, you don't have
I mean-
like a briefcase or something?
What was with that wind? Does this world have some sort of like axis tilt going on that causes extreme weather conditions?
anyways,
It's how they clean. It's basically just an enormous blow dryer. Like just for the entire world, it's just all over.
Casey, make that noise again.
no.
No, it's awkward enough
I'm-
trying to make a blowing sound without blowing directly into the mic. That's a bad thing and not supposed to do.
All right, I'll take up the summary if I may.
Go for it.
All right.
All right, so after the Great Postman of Spirit, or the Postman of Great Spirit, whichever, drops the jewels into the forest, which is dropping them into the human world, I will admit that's pretty contrived unless they give an explanation later on. And even anyway, Rinko and Miriami, they they just finish a dinner of okonomiyaki, which is Japanese pancakes, I believe, savory pancakes.
Kind of a
something.
pizza pancake, from what I've heard.
I think it's like an egg dish,
Oh.
actually. I don't know.
All right. After that, they see the Jewelpet coming into the world in the form of a meteor shower, shooting star shower, however you'd like to put it. And they regret not passing up the opportunity to make a... No, they just marvel at it for the time being. And then we cut back to Jewel Land, where... Excuse me for a second.
Oh my gosh. You should have muted your mic.
I realize that now. Sorry, just...
It's okay.
All right, so cut back to Jewel Land, where Ruby on her broomstick is looking around and finding that even though it's nightfall, nobody's there. She looks at the houses of her two friends, and finding that they're not there either, she goes to see the queen of the land, the magic user, and finds out they're from a trio of ministers who seem to be the incarnations of happiness, sadness, and anger, that the jewel pets have been dropped into the human world. And the queen, as Ruby tries to sneak away, basically charges her with going to the human world and bringing them all back as punishment for sneaking out that day. Which, that part, I mean, it seems fair enough as a way of plot developing.
If she didn't sneak out, then they wouldn't have anybody to go rescue anybody.
On the other hand,
they really
though,
didn't think this through.
as punishment for being incredibly irresponsible, we're going to give you the greatest responsibility we have to offer anyone ever.
Okay, you raise a very fair point there. I mean, it does seem that this all-powerful ruler is something of a ditz.
I don't think the characters even took this story seriously. Like, it's just like, oh my goodness.
No, it's K-Bass.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So after that, she turns Ruby into a jewel and sends her flying into the human world, and she comes to Rinko, who makes a wish on the shooting star she sees, which is basically to have courage for the coming day. And then Ruby, the jewel, comes and falls right into her water cup that she's holding.
I wanted to smack her in the face.
Yeah, me too.
I was like,
I was
do it.
that was a perfect miss.
What a wasted opportunity.
And then we cut to the Prime Minister's office, where apparently they know about Jewel Land and they're trying to keep it secret. Not really. I don't dislike that exactly, but no.
And they have a direct video feed to Jewel Land that apparently they have to disable a firewall to get.
Magical firewall, specifically.
It's a magical firewall, which you think would just be a wall of fire. But,
But they also have the greatest asset they could ever have, that anyone could ever have, really, a glorious, glorious mustache.
like, that's not even an asset. That's like a nuclear weapon right there. Like, you could win wars with that mustache.
Forget everything he needs. That mustache is enough to get him anything he wants.
So basically the magical queen informs the prime minister of the situation while Ringo talks to Miriyami about the jewel. The queen tells the prime minister where the jewel seeds were dropped in the area, and asks nicely for the Prime Minister to get them back, and then basically hangs up before he has a chance to say no. Not like he would actually have a choice in the matter. So
He's a
then,
bitch.
Yeah. So Prime Minister sends his secretary, Mr. Handsome Man, off to go and find what's going on. And then we go to Rinko, and she's walking along on the road.
Yes. He says he's going to search any jewelry stores in the area for reports on the dropped Jewelpets.
Yeah. So
That's
Rinko's
actually
walking along.
pretty solid setup.
Yeah.
That they both end up going to a jewelry store and they acknowledge that they're both there for a reason and not just random happenstance.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of better shows don't do that kind of setup. Excuse me.
True. But can you explain the next part?
So Rinko is walking along on the road to the jewelry store when all of a sudden 2 bank robbers jump out of the store and they're running, and one has a gun.
A gold
And so
gun.
her friend decides to hit the guy with the gun on the head with a wooden sword.
bamboo sword, even.
Yeah. I mean, really, what else are jewelry stores there for other than to get robbed? Really?
So then one gets hit on the head. The guy with the gun gets hit on the head. And then the other guy grabs the girl, Rinko, and he's like, don't move. I don't have a weapon or anything.
Yes,
but
apparently
don't move.
they can only afford one gun.
Yeah, I
One
guess.
day glow yellow gun for some reason.
Yeah.
They decided to pimp out the
It looks
look a
like a
little bit.
Squirt gun.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
There was actually a Nerf gun all along.
But honestly, if you see a muscular thug holding your friend in a chokehold, gun or not, don't you think that would make you think twice?
But, like, the gun fell on the ground. Realistically, she could pick that gun up and say, let her go. But
Gosh.
Okay,
That would
if
be
we're
a
gonna
different
play
type of show.
realism for this Care Bears show, then the thug will also go, okay, you want to try shooting me while I'm hiding behind this human shield that is also your best friend? Okay, have at it.
and then it becomes an action show when she makes a shot and gets him, and then they go to court,
No, she pulls a
and there's
speed
a whole
and
thing
shoots
with
her
a
in the
murder
leg.
charge.
In a hostage
And like they have
situation,
to
you shoot
claim
a hostage.
self-defense and like
This show just got so much better. Like, oh my goodness.
but instead what happens is the secretary guy does a jump roundhouse kick to the back of the guy's back, not even his head, just kind of his back, just kind of kicks him, and he goes down, and
Rinko
he's like,
would
hey,
inevitably have a bruise because that force would travel through her as well.
yeah,
And Rinko's friend is fangirling over him.
so he helps Rinko up, and lo and behold, the ruby falls out of her jacket pocket. There we go.
Yeah, basically.
Secretary guy recognizes it and says, "Is like, you must be the one."
Yeah, this
Because
Yeah.
the robbery just comes out of nowhere, and like the lady herself was like, go find somebody who has a ruby in this town. She didn't say anything else, she just said ruby, and it's so nondescript.
Well, I assume that the secretary guy has been briefed on what the Jewelpet jewels look like. They do have a book on
we
it.
find
Actually.
out
Even
when-
if he wasn't, then it's a giant ass ruby with a heart on it. I mean, it's kind
You're
of
right, you're right.
distinctive.
So it's like, okay, so you're the one, so I'm gonna go to your house. Here is the book of magical stuff that you kids can buy in stores right now. And and you got the ruby, which is she's got the magic of courage. And
Also,
Riko's like,
we now have a third female character in the scene that I have to assume is her mum, because
Yeah.
we never get introduced to her in any way whatsoever, told who she
yeah,
is.
I assume it's from. There's a few gags where he like does like the shining smile glint on, and everybody ignores him, and that's kind of fun, I guess.
And I mean, it does make a lot of sense. They do introduce her as her mother later down the line, shortly later, but it makes sense that if her daughter's going to be involved in what's basically a government conspiracy, it does make sense that they bring in the parents on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they go out and like, so we got to do the magic spell with your magical ruby egg, also available in stores. And you use it with the book, and you say the magical spell, and like in the show in stores now, you will light up and make sounds as the egg opens up, and your little ruby pops out. And you can wear it as a necklace strap, also available in stores.
Sold separately.
And so then she does the put in the prism, whatever, and it opens up, and hey, it's that character from before. And now she's got the necklace thing on. Rinko does have a necklace thing on. And immediately she's like, hey, you know magic, right? Teach me how to be courageous with your magic. Magic me some courage. And yeah, turns out the ruby doesn't have any skill with magic whatsoever.
Yeah, we
and
cut back.
For some reason, back in the Jewel Land, they're looking at her grades.
For some reason, during a national crisis where their entire population has vanished. Okay, let's do some grading some papers.
Yeah, you would think they would have at least like known this beforehand, but yeah, sure.
She got a 0 in magic at school. A 0.
Why did Jewelpets go to school?
Because fucking Japan.
Well, I
They're
mean,
magical creatures. This should be innate.
anyway, so basically the resulting explosion from the failed spell causes a crater, and the secretaries with the prime minister immediately running damage control, something about a bomb that was triggered underground or something.
Yeah, blame
like
it
an
on
old
mine.
World War II mine was left over. It's like, we'll use that as an excuse. But oh, by the way, you're totally courageous now. Here, have this placebo effect, because it actually did nothing.
Yeah, basically, Ruby plays it off as it taking a day for the magic to take effect. And after all, she turns as an aside to the camera, or just behind her back musing to herself, and says, I can't believe they bought that.
Also, I just almost forgot to mention, she has to go, like, as a condition for that courage magic that actually did nothing, you have to go and help me find all the Jewelpets. And you two kids can help me find all the Jewelpets by buying them in store and collecting them all.
All right, enough with the satirical advertisements.
Okay,
Let's
it's a kids
be
show.
honest,
They make these things specifically for that. So I'm going to address it.
If we were reviewing Transformers, we would be making the exact same jokes.
Yeah, like
This
it's
is-
not even particularly just a show.
This is product placement that not Care Bears anime.
Fine. Anyway, though, basically, from there, the episode wraps up with Rinko waking up the following day, trying to convince herself that everything's going to be all right, even as she goes through a continuous amount of good luck. Her toothbrush breaking
yeah.
her hand, somehow her cup of morning juice or whatever falling on the ground and shattering, tripping in a puddle on her way to school.
She tripped over a bug.
A dog that looks toony but somehow still scary with its massive teeth, then tripping on the sidewalk on the way there too. And so then we get to the auditorium where the principal, I assume, is greeting all of the new arrivals. And Rinko and Miriami are waiting nearby the stands Ringo's having a panic attack, and then in comes Ruby on her broom. They're obviously Ringo chastises Ruby for coming to school on her broom like that, saying it would be bad if anyone came along and saw her. And then what happens, of course, after a bit of a pep talk that shows that they can, in fact, that shows that she has the courage needed to do it now. Of course, a couple of executives come by to get Ringo on stage, but then
Can I ask, was there a pep talk? I don't remember her saying anything particularly encouraging, just saying, hey, I'm here to see how you do, I guess.
I'm here because I was worried about you, basically.
Yeah.
Once again, I would say it is basically the placebo effect working wonders. And I mean, there is a lot that can be said for the placebo effect, even if it is sort of... So basically, everyone noticed... Waiting.
She was worried about her? She doesn't even know her!
But she's a Jewelpet, so she's a Jewelpet, so she's nice and kind, and you should buy her plush in stores now.
She cares, you guys. Don't you care?
Yeah, but she's not a bear.
Jokes. I'm sorry.
So, finishing up.
It's actually more like Littlest Pet Shop than Care Bears to me.
They pass Ruby off as the newest toy controlled by remote control. Everyone buys that because that's the generic excuse for this sort of thing. And then we move to Rinko actually getting on the stage, having the courage to do so. And she basically does well, and there's not a lot of description given from there. It basically cuts out as she starts talking, with her musing that her boring days of life are over.
Yeah, a little more realistically, she probably would have gotten up on stage, had to immediately face the crowd, and realize, oh shit, I'm in front of like 1,000 people or more. And had a panic attack and just kind of passed out. Is probably what would have happened. But, whatever. It's kids' anime.
She just needs a good Care Bear stare.
Okay, so that's episode 1, and I suppose that the remainder of the series is just going around collecting all of the Jewelpets and some of them joining the main cast and such. And
all the product lines. Oh, we lost someone. Oh.
Blush. Anyways, continue.
Well, I haven't seen beyond episode 1, and I'm pretty sure no one else here has either. So, I mean, it sort of appeals to me to watch the rest, if only because I'm something of a collector myself. I'm not interested in buying any of these products, but I sort of like the plot where you've got to collect everything. More in video games than anime, of course, but I like collecting.
Yeah, it's healthy to collect, to have a good collection going. I collect survival supplies. Shiny survival supplies.
All right, that said, my overall thoughts on this anime, I didn't mind it, but it's not something that I'd watch another episode of unless I had a strong reason to do so. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't overly like it.
Yeah. Zero, what the hell are you doing? Just hearing a lot of shuffling coming from you. What the hell are you doing?
I think it's happening in the background because my parents are doing something.
Uh,
Oh.
My
Yeah.
two biggest. Oh, sorry.
No, you can continue.
My two biggest issues with this show is that is such an excuse plot. I mean, I get it; it's meant to push the product, but it's an excuse plot. And second, Rinko's voice is annoying as fuck.
I didn't find
She's
it
the main
annoying.
character. So, what, Casey?
I didn't find it annoying.
It was annoying to me.
neither did I.
I mean, excuse plot, sure, but this is a show for like 5 to 10-year-olds. I want to say, just at a guess. It's for a very young audience, and to be clear, shows aimed at a similar audience in the West are way worse than this. Like, I can make all the Care Bears comparisons and like, oh, this is just like fucking Polly Pocket or something, but have you actually gone back and
Strawberry
watched
Shortcake.
Care Bears anytime recently? It was
No.
like,
No.
oh my god.
No.
This,
No.
I can make all the negative comparisons to Care Bears I want, but Care Bears was actually a way worse show, plot-wise, and just in basically every facet of its existence. So, yeah.
Like, it's not a bad show. You can see it's quite popular from the fact it has like 8 spin-offs and sequels or whatever. But the thing for me is the jokes didn't really land, and I'm not the target audience.
Oh, also it reminded me of Ojamajo Doremi.
Okay.
Okay. Honestly, it's not for me. I get people out there would like this, find it fun. I'm still cheering for the great postman of spirit to deliver my dreams. But
here's the thing. Those jewels got transported to another dimension by that wind. I don't really want to consider what happened to him. That probably didn't end well for him. I think he might have died off screen.
I think he's alive, and I think that he has to go through the dark dimension, and he has to, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle his way out.
All right.
He's still alive in our hearts.
He's become a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character. It's fine.
He
It's in
wound
the
up in
Shadow
One Piece.
Realm.
He wound up in One Piece and became a Newsku.
Blush, your thoughts?
Pretty similar. It's a kid's show, not terribly interesting, but if I had to watch it with like my 5-year-old niece or nephew, I could at least laugh at the fact that not even the characters take the show seriously. And that's probably about it.
I imagine watching this show with your kid, and the only toy they want out of it is that yellow gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine watching this with like my kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't mind it.
Maybe
We
should
need a
roll
new
for the next
one. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right, who's rolling?
Zero roll.
He's
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Fine. Be that way. 27?
Yes.
11.
11. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And 143. Wow.
Well, it's
Well,
Japanese. There's probably a lot of
We got
Ks.
59.
59, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The winner is. Oh dear. Kencha Bancho Otome. Girl beats boys.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
What was it called?
Kenka hold on a sec.
I got it, yeah. Kenka Bancho Otome. Found the thing, so link it to you. Here you go.
Okay. I got the synopsis here. I'll read it.
Yep.
Kenka Bancho Otome. Girl beats boys. Hinako Nakayama has spent all of her life being raised in state-run orphanages without ever knowing her family. As she's about to enter high school, Hinako is approached by Hikaru, a boy who claims to be her twin brother. According to Hikaru and Hinako are the children of the head of the powerful Onigashima Yakuza family, and Hikaru wants Hinako to switch places with him at Shishiku Academy, an all-boys school overrun with the nation's toughest delinquents. Can Hinako save her brother, find romance, and become the new boss of the school?
So it's Kanekimi, but with gangsters.
So basically, twin brother and twin sister switch spots, and sister goes to a all boys gangster school to become ruler of all the gangsters,
So
and also
it's
probably get laid.
the Parent Trap Crime Edition.
Yes.
Homogenai.
This was actually recent. This was
2017.
back in April was when this aired.
Yep.
This year.
All right.
Mm.
All the vetoes are gone, and no one.
Wait.
There's no.
The episodes. Hold on one second. The episodes are only 8 minutes long.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Well. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, 2 to 3 minutes. That's one thing, but if 8 minutes, well, that's up to Casey's discretion, and he says it's all right, so that's all right. And I mean, this sounds pretty interesting. I
Yeah, I
think.
want to see this.
Yeah.
Those
It's,
concepts go for, reverse harem and all that stuff. I've heard worse.
And like
Need
this
more
was
reverse terms
from
out there.
a visual novel. It's shoujo. I don't know. Might be good.
I might watch the
At
entire
least it's
series.
not supernatural.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah. This doesn't involve ghosts.
that stigma is just going to stick with that genre for us, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
We got like 3 ghost anime in a row.
All right. So that's the random A for next week. Anything more to say presently?
Don't think so.
No, I think I might like this.
No.
Could be okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Mm,
Casey, sign off and go nap, perhaps.
No, I just woke up. That's why I'm still there.
Hmm.
I woke up and immediately started watching the show and realized I wouldn't actually have enough time to watch the show before it finished. So,
Not everyone can be a morning person like me.
I may have
Times
watched
2
most
speed.
of it in 1.5 times speed, so I could still read the subtitles.
See, this time I actually watched it at its normal pace, and I deeply regret that from the bottom of my soul.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. 1.5 times speed actually seemed like normal pacing.
Yeah, no, this show was slow.
But then you wouldn't have gotten to enjoy the postman of great spirit to come to deliver your dreams.
I did enjoy it.
Yeah. And now he's in the
He
Shadow
enjoyed
Realm,
at his
and he has
regular
to fight
speed.
Kaiba and Pegasus.
I still say he wound up in One Piece and became a Yuzuku.
I disagree with you from the bottom of my soul and my great spirit that will deliver dreams. Can we just wrap this up then?
Yeah.
We'll
well,
see.
So,
Yeah.
bye everybody. The show we're gonna watch is that thing that we mentioned, whatever it was.
Kenka
called.
Bancho Ultimate.
Oh,
Girl
here's
Beats Boys. Oh, now Kenchi's online. Oh boy, we're gonna have some words.
Oh, yes.
Mhm. Maybe he thought it was one. Oh, you evil man, you!
For context, Casey's trying to get Genji to jump into the call at the last minute. We'll see if he takes the bait.
Casey, you are evil!
Hello,
I can.
Kenshi.
What the hell? I thought this was one.
No.
No.
Anime Reflux is at noon.
I thought it was moved back an hour.
It was moved back an hour from 1 to noon.
No, it was moved the other way. It was moved from 11 to noon.
Oh.
So Kenji, we just kind of talked about Jewelpet completely, and this is actually the end of everything.
I
Yeah.
can tell.
But do you have any thoughts, just real quick?
I don't know. I probably am going to just reiterate whatever was said already. My dander was not up as much as I thought it would be when I was watching the show. Mainly because I took a nap beforehand. So I wasn't as pissed off watching it as I thought I would be. That doesn't mean I thought it was any better.
It means he was upset. It means having your dander up means getting angry, Weasel.
Oh, okay. So I never heard that phrase before.
But you saw the Great Postman of Spirit, right?
Come to deliver your dreams.
And
Grown.
all the product placement and the yellow gun.
I mean, I know that when I'm successful, I want a yellow-plated gun.
You
Oh,
know?
shit. I just realized. They
What?
stopped a James Bond movie from happening. They beat the man with the golden gun.
Calling that gun gold was a stretch.
Oh, Kenshi, our next anime is Kenka Bancho Otome, and twins switch schools, so a girl goes into a all-boys delinquent school, and she's going to get a reverse harem.
Okay.
So that's next.
Kenkabancho Otome, girl beats boys.
All right, now that we've got Kenshi's 2 cents in on the anime reflux, which automatically makes it better,
Okay.
shall we?
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. So, yeah, that's the thing we're doing next week. Thanks for listening. We'll be back. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I just got here, dude.
Oh, also, everyone, round of applause for Kenshi's amazing performance in this episode. I think he really just stood out as a performer. Like,
I hate all of them.
Well, we love you too, Kenshi.
I watched that show for nothing.
I know, it's beautiful!
Damn it, I hate you guys.
Kenshi, your pain brings me joy.